All right, so here we are in the virtual world of the Marlboro campus, college campus, that we built. Peter Kruskal and I built this for the Marlboro Morris Virtuale 2021. And it has a bunch of different rooms, and we're starting right now. We're outside the main dining hall area, and this is the area we called Up the Hill. And you'll notice they had some picnic tables. Each of these picnic table areas is a private space. When you enter a private space, you're talking to people that are only in that space with you. We added a little archive project booth over here for Pat and Susan to talk about their project, including a little display of their timeline that people could look at. And from here, you can enter the dining hall.
I love the photo.
Yeah, and this is designed to mimic the actual dining hall at the Marlboro College campus. So there's a foyer. Each of these rooms in real life are bathrooms off to the side here. We displayed a link to a YouTube video of the show dances that we had earlier in the day. So people could come here if they hadn't seen it. They could watch the video of all the show dances. This is also available on YouTube. And then in the dining hall area, the main dining hall, we decorated it with all sorts of foods and drink. And each of these table areas is another private space. So you can talk to people sitting around the table and nobody else. If there was somebody standing right outside, like over here, you can't hear what's happening at the table. If you go next to the table, you can hear what's happening there. There's an exit back to the outside. So you can come in either side doors. And each of the portals, so the way you get between places in Gather is through portals, and they're all marked by these red squares. Oh. So everywhere you see a red square is a portal. And so then there's the stage area, and the whole stage is a private area. And then there's a private area within the private area, which is just this little lounge area. And on the stage, we had a registration table. This has a link to view the tutorial and also a link to our t-shirt order form. Which reminds me, I still need to place that order. And this is where the committee spent a lot of time hanging out here, answering questions on the stage. There's also a schedule. Oh, this is the schedule.
Oh, nice.
About what's happening. So we had some scheduled activities happening in various rooms, and then the rest of the time was people could just hang out and talk to each other. This is the podium. If you stand behind the podium here, you can talk to anybody in the whole space, and you'll show up on their camera. You can't really see it because aren't other people here to see what that looks like, but. And then from the dining hall, you can go over to Rosie's Pub. And here is the pub. Again, another schedule if you wanted to check the schedule there. Nice. And this was just this whole space is a private space in Rosie's Pub, so everybody in here could hear each other. There was some singing that happened. There's a shared whiteboard feature, so if you wanted to just play on the whiteboard, you can just draw on it, make circles, whatever. And then there's this outside space. This is all, again, supposed to mimic the actual college campus. So you can walk around the dining hall back to the front, come around to the back. There is a fire pit area over here. It's another private space. This is where, and there's a little sound effect. You can hear it. Maybe.
Oh, look at that. That's great. It's crackling fire.
This is where Great Meadows Morrison Sword had a s'mores party at the fire pit during the ale. And then over this way, we used to use the student center at Marlboro. We haven't in the last couple of years, but we decided to add a game room. And in here, they had some like live games hosted by teams like Marl Bingo. But then there's also these games that you can interact with that are built into Gather. That are various games that they have. Like this one is a card game. poker. So you can play poker with people, and multiple people can join the table and come and play games together. So that was available the whole time. Takes you around to the other side of the dining hall. And then if we go down to the field, this is all just walking around a campus. This is the field where we do all the camping. And there's quite a big space, so there's room for lots of people here. And here's a bunch of tents that we put on just for decoration, pretty much. Here's the maypole. I was very proud of building a maypole.
Nice.
Can't do anything with it, but it's decoration. And then this would be like where the tent area would have been. So if people wanted to hang out there in that private space, they could. You know, here's the forest leading back up to the pub. This is the hill up to the pub. And then the last real main room that we had was a bus room, because of course touring on the buses is a big part of the Marlboro experience, and singing on the bus is a big thing. So we added a little bus, and you could either get on the bus from the side door or the back door. So you can go on the back door also. And Toronto Morris Men hosted us, and Toronto Women Soared Together co-hosted a sing that was the last part of the Virtue Ale, and that was very fun. So this bus was full of rowdy people dancing in the aisles. If you, I think it's hold down Z, your little character will start dancing. So there was a lot of like, if there was a good song happening, everybody would start dancing.
I love it.
So that's about it. That's the tour. Oh, here's the memorial bench for Steve Adams and Chris Carstegen.
Oh, nice.
That's there. And yeah, that's about it. We did, at the end of the night, gave edit privileges to some of the younger Newtown members, and they attempted to build the Newtown Castle. It's famous. Tetris,
Actually,
apparently,
for people who will be listening to this for archival purposes, can you say who Steve and Chris were?
Oh, sure.
And why they have a memorial bench?
Yeah, Steve Adams and Chris Carstegen, I think. Is that
Carstegen.
Thank you. Were members of the Marlboro Morris Men who tragically lost their lives on 9/11.
Right.
So they have very near and dear to the community. And I don't remember the year that the bench was dedicated, but there's a bench that is engraved in memory to them on the Marlboro campus.
Nice.
That we gather at. This is where we, in the morning, on Saturday morning at the Ale, the show dances happen in this street in front of this little island area where the bench is. So people can gather around and pay respects.
Nice.
Great.
Wonderful.
So,
thank you.
There you go.
Great.
Oops, got to go to that portal spot. And we also this is the same bus, but we just made it convenient to get to it, because after touring all day on Sunday, when you've been out in Windham County, the buses come and drop you off back at the dining hall. So we put one there too.
Nice.
That's it.